All right, today I am blending Maker's Mark Wheated Bourbon, Bruichladdich The Classic Laddie, they say is unpeated, but and Powers Single Pot Irish Still Whiskey, 12 years. As always, I did start with equal portions of each of the three whiskeys. It did not work out well, didn't like it, so we're going to skip that. It was basically just jumbled chaos. And so it did mix up three that I liked. And as a bourbon lover, I naturally said, you know what? I'm going to start with a bourbon focus. And remember, I use this triangle method where I have a base, a mid palate, and an accent or spice flavor. So I chose to, on this first one, I chose to go with Maker's Mark as the base at 59%, Powers as the mid palate at 29%, and the Bruichladdich at 12%. A little smoke and a little peat go a long way. Even though they say this is unpeated, I always get a little bit of that herbal medicinal note in it. And so I just really wanted that as the accent flavor. And it's okay. I mean, bourbon forward, lots of vanilla caramels. But it doesn't have much across the flavors. It kind of goes straight from that bourbon to this very herbal medicinal finish. And so just not really well balanced. Didn't blend well, right? And so I wanted to try something different. As an experiment, as a part of the learning process, I switched that up and I went with Powers, the single pot Irish still whiskey at 59%, the Makers at 29%, and then still left the Bruichladdich at 12%. And immediately it's softer on the nose. You get a lot more green apple and sugar cookie from the Irish whiskey, hints of vanilla from the bourbon. Mm. Kind of the same thing. You get that really initial sweetness. It goes into a really heavy bourbon finish, which isn't a bad thing if you like bourbon, and I do. But what that got me thinking is, wow, the Maker's Mark is overpowering these light whiskeys so much. I mean, this is bourbon's such a heavy drink in some ways, whereas these malt whiskeys are much lighter. And so I wanted to do one more and just kind of tweak it. And again, you can continue to tweak these things all the times. But on this last one, I left Powers at 59%, but I balanced these out a little bit more. I left this one at 21% and then this one at 2%. And it is soft. It is elegant on the nose. Very much green apple, sugar cookie, hints of brown sugar. Mm. So much more balanced. And you get so much more of the combined flavors. You can taste a little bit in all this throughout the entire drink. And then you get this nice, for me, it's a nice medium long finish that is kind of a combination of that herbal medicinal from the peat and then that kind of herbal tea that you get with wheat in a bourbon. So what I thought would be a bourbon forward blend turned out to be um, mostly Irish whiskey. And I think the three combined created something really nice. Let me know how you'd do it. Till next time, cheers.